Yeah, feels like an Ewok's in here. Can you guys see me? I just got a delivery from CAS. Why am I nervous when I get boxes? And inside this box is a graded mint-on-card Wicket. Graded Ahsoka Tano Galaxy of Adventures action figure. And I think I'm the first person to have that graded. And I finally get my Ahsoka Tano TVC 202 signed by Ashley Eckstein, and that's graded as well. So join me on this episode and let's sweat this out together. Welcome back to the journey. And when I first started collecting action figures this year, I had no idea what grading was or even how to get into it. And if you're new to the channel, I've always been a Star Wars fan, but in that time, I've learned different aspects of this hobby and things that I like or dislike. And what I like, obviously, is reconnecting with these toys. Things I don't like, the times when I overpaid because I didn't know much about the market value, or buying the wrong figures and accessories because I didn't take the time to research. Like the time I bought the wrong accessories for the Max Rebo band. And what did we learn? If it's a black flute, silver mic. If it's a silver flute, black mics. I think they should make kindergarten kids sing that. And I don't like when I accidentally buy reproduction items or when sellers accidentally sell me reproduction items. And not that I'm against anybody having reproduction items in their collection, but if you know me, the reason why I'm getting these action figures is because I want them in their authentic state, and that's how I want to collect. So why am I saying all this, and what does this have to do with grading? Because what I realized with grading is that you have to know all these minute details to really get the enjoyment out of grading, and in order to send in your own figures. And I saw that as a challenge. It kind of made me up my game on my knowledge of these figures and the accessories and trying to get them in the most pristine condition that I could. And that takes a lot of research. And if you want to go back and watch the two-part series that I did on grading, it includes the history of grading, how to sign up for an account, and how to send in your figures for a grade. And that link is up there in the corner. And a lot of people's first impression about grading is that it's just for an investment. And that's honestly what I thought too going into it. And I get that. Right now in the market, if you grade a pristine figure, it doubles in price. And that does raise the market value. But you have to take those valuations with a grain of salt. Tomorrow, all of these action figures can be worth the plastic that they're made of, pennies. And even though I would love for these items to be passed on to my family so they can sell them and do whatever they want and put that money to good use, the monetary value, at least in the short term, isn't what motivates me to get things graded. And the first reason is the one I just mentioned. You have to know every little detail about that figure in order to send it in to get graded. What did that figure look like in its factory fresh condition? What variant is it, country of origin, and how sought after is it in today's market? Are all the accessories that came with it the correct factory accessory that was paired mint on card? And is everything in the correct condition? Some people may get turned off with that level of detail, but honestly for me, that's what makes grading so cool. You have to be on your top collecting game to be a grader, and it forces you to know that. And lastly, I'm more prone to being an inbox collector. That's just how I am. And I guess that makes me more of a preservationist. I enjoy having things inside the box to keep them in a pristine state. And if you're an out-of-the-box collector and want to touch your figures, that's cool. I mean, that's why I have that loose case back there, so I can have that visceral connection with my collection. But if I had a choice, they would all be inside mint on cards. I mean, I just got an Ahsoka Tano Hot Toys figure, and you don't know how bad I just wanted to leave that thing inside the box in its factory fresh state. Don't get me wrong, I do get enjoyment from opening them up and having that visceral experience. But for vintage, I really get a kick out of hunting for things in their pristine state. Mint in box or mint in sealed box. And grading is part of that category. And keeping these toys in a preserved condition for the next generation, that's part of the love, and that's part of why I collect these items. I am a preservationist, and I think that grading items keeps them preserved for a longer period of time. I mean, everything degrades. Mother Nature's gonna win. But if I can keep my stuff 200 or 300 years longer, I'll do that, even though I'm not gonna be here. So, this box. Well, I recently went to my first toy convention, the ICCC, over in Nashville, Tennessee. And I brought with me a Galaxy of Adventures box graded action figure that I wanted to get graded. And I also bought a TVC 202 Ahsoka Tano figure that I wanted Ashley Eckstein to sign. And she kindly did. And I'm such a big fan of hers that she is actually the first Star Wars autograph that I have ever gotten. And along with those items, I also bought a mint on card Wicket at the convention. And I had to get Ashley's signature verified at the convention, but after I did, I took these and several items to CAS as they were there on the convention floor. And I highly suggest that when any grading companies are at a show to take advantage of this, because not only do you save on shipping, but you can talk to the associates that are there and get their take on your submission, and they can help you properly fill out the items and categorize them in case you have any special grading requests. And the big thing that I got with this is the expedited turnaround option. The first time I submitted action figures to get graded, and you guys saw that episode, it took me 7 months to get it back. And this time, it took me just under 2 months. So let's go. This box is so big that I have to stand up to do this. Why do I get nervous opening these things? Well, I guess if you saw my past episode, when I opened those Burger King glasses, oh, that's such a bummer. That was the worst unboxing. I mean, it made for a good episode, but the look on my face, ugh. And this is the first time I'm actually getting something sent to me, because before I went to a toy shop and I submitted my figures. It went to the toy shop, nicely packed. All right, I gotta stand up for this because I gotta dig. Oh, that's right on top. All right, okay, so I have to pull it out so I don't see him. So I'm gonna just take it out. I'm not looking. I'm putting it right there. I don't even know what it was I pulled out. I'll let you guys see. Oh, this is the case that I sent my Ahsoka Tano in. Yeah, let me know what grade I got. Yeah, I mean, should I keep that in or should I just bloop that out? I'll keep it in. All right, I haven't seen what this is. This feels heavy, so I know there's something in here. That goes right there. All right, something else. This one's heavy. There's that. Here's my archival statements. Star case. Anything else in here? All right, here is, all right, I know that's the Galaxy of Adventures. I just didn't see the grade. Anything else in here? All right, I think that's it. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? There's a Padawan lost inside in the popcorn. All right, that's a mess. Very nicely packed. All right, that's cool they sent this back. I actually need this. First one, this is the Galaxy of Adventures. I can tell because you can see the art. Opening it up so I don't see the grade. I'm really wondering about this one because I've never seen somebody grade this. I wanted to grade it because obviously I'm an Ahsoka Tano collector, and I've always wanted to be a person to send something in for the first time. Something that's like not oddball, but a figure that I wanted to preserve in my collection. So this was kind of an experiment. It's nicely wrapped, man. Bravo, CAS. All right, I'm taking it out. Okay, I can't see the grade at all. I think it's on your guys' side. I can't see the grade. I don't even know where the grade would be. So I'm gonna take it out of the plastic wrap. Why do I get nervous during these things, man? It's like I'm opening up my college acceptance letter or something. Is Peter Parker going to Yale or wherever he was going? Where is the grade anyway? All right, here we go. All right, I still can't see the grade. I don't even know where the grade should be. Where is it? Okay, it's on that side. All right, I don't know if that's in focus or not. I want a 90 on this one because it's such a new figure. I want a 90. There it is. An 85 plus. An 85 plus, which I'm happy with. So let me read the scores. So it's a 2020 Hasbro Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures Ahsoka Tano 85 plus. They graded the box an 85. What's the W mean? Oh, the window. The window 90, which is the plastic. That's cool. And the figure got a 90. So the only thing that brought us down was the box. So really, you can't tell. That's how minute they get, is the little tiny fraying in the cardboard on the edges. Other than that, I'm super happy with an 85. Here we go, the next one. I'm guessing this is the Wicket because that one's heavy. And did you know that Wicket's middle name is Wistry? I think I found that out on the Ewoks cartoon. All right, I haven't seen the grade. Where is it at? So I'll show you guys first. And the certificate of archival is on the back. I kept my eyes up so I didn't see it. Why does this make me nervous? All right, oh, this is the Ahsoka. Trying to position it so I don't see the grade. Okay, there's the grade. I can't see it. I don't know which is right way up, but I'll let you guys see it first. You guys see it? Make sure it's in focus. All right. Wow, 90 plus. My first autographed anything, and it's from one of my favorite Star Wars stars, Ashley Eckstein, who I just adore. I think she's just an amazing spokesperson for Disney and Star Wars. one of my favorite people. 2021 Hasbro Star Wars TVC, the Vintage Collection VC202, Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano, signed Ashley Eckstein. The card got a 90, the bubble got a 95, and the figure got a 95. That's super cool. And this is actually the figure that was gifted to me from Jack in the Box YouTube channel. So Jack, here it is, brother, a 90 plus. All right, so for the Wicket, I know that's Wicket. I'm hoping for at least an 80, maybe a 75, but I think an 80 would be like, I'd be super happy with an 80. Lexi's crying in the background. What's up, girl? She's always gone to work with me. When she wants to go outside, she wants to go outside. All right, can you guys see that? All right, that's what the grade is. Is it right side up? Do you guys like it? Nod yes. No? No? Yes? All right, let's check it out. Ooh, it's a 70 plus. That's how the cookie crumbles, man. Like I said, I'm a preservationist, so I'd rather have it inside this, graded and archived, than not. So let's read what's going on with Wicket. It's a 1983 Kenner Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, 77 back A, Wicket Wistery Warwick. And we have the numbers. So the card got a 70, the bubble got an 85, which is great for a Return of the Jedi card, a bubble getting an 85, and the figure got an 80. So the card, yep, the card is the thing that drove it down so much. So I think that without that imperfection on what used to be the price tag right there, I think that would have made it an 80, like automatically, or at least a 75 plus. But a 70, I know I said I wanted an 80 at least, but a 70 plus, man, hey, we'll live with it. Very happy these things are in my collection. So let's cross these items off of our collection list. Starting off with the Ahsoka Tano TVC 202, signed by Ashley Eckstein herself. Ahsoka Tano. I'm such a huge fan of hers, and this graded at a 90 plus. And let's also cross off the Galaxy of Adventures, in which we got graded for an 85 plus. And lastly, our Wicket, which we got back at a 70 plus, and although it's a low grade, honestly, it lets me know that there is so much more that I have to learn about mint on card collecting and how to tell a good mint on card from a great mint on card. So I'll be excited to learn more about researching these vintage mint on cards. So thanks for sweating with me on these CAS items that I got back. And if you want to get into grading and don't know that much about it, then go check out my episodes on grading that I did in the past. And please visit thepadawancollector.com for bonus content, blogs, and to pick up accessories that you may need for your collection. And if you found this video interesting, please hit that like button. That does support the channel. And also consider subscribing if you want to see more Star Wars and collecting content from me. And hit that notification bell to know when episodes go live. I post videos every Sunday with bonus content throughout the week. And as always, my friends, thank you, and I will see you next time.
If you're new to the channel, check out the welcome video, or just check out the next episode. And please subscribe if you want to follow the journey. And remember, there is no shame in being a Padawan.